Welcome everyone again. It is Wednesday the 23rd of August 2017. I am the Diligent Rascal. Welcome to my YouTube channel where we have a look at news and current affairs and things that are going on in the world. Please check out my previous videos on the channel. One about Dick Gregory, he's just passed away, rest in peace. And another two about what are our children watching on YouTube. So any teachers and parents, please watch that. So we're going to have a little look through the news and see what's on Twitter and see what's going on. There's a lot of fucked up shit going on at the minute. We've just had the eclipse that everyone's so fucking gassed about. Like it's like, you know, we couldn't even fucking see it in this country and everyone's going on about it like it's something amazing. The more amazing thing really is that if you look at the planets and things like that, we're actually going through Mercury retrograde at the moment, which is making things a little bit hectic, I think. I might do a video about that actually shortly. I'm not sure. But anyway, let's have a look and see what is going on in the lovely world of Twitter. As I said, I follow certain people on Twitter. It's just news organisations, things like that. And here we go. A Diligent Rascal. Please follow me on the Twitter. A Diligent Rascal. At A Diligent Rascal. I've only got 5 followers. Come on. Fucking sort it out with ya. I'm following 37. They're all like news agencies. The President. You know. The Prime Minister. Jeremy Corbyn. Say people like that. So, police hold 20 million facial recognition images. I'm not surprised at all at that. The fact they're telling us means they've probably got a shitload more. It's coming from Sky News. One nation under CCTV. And what do you think about that? I don't think we need... you know the funny thing? We've just had this attack in Barcelona. And again... one of the places in the world with the most CCTV, and none of the fucking cameras were working at the time. And it's just getting ridiculous, mate. It's getting like a meme. Like, it's ridiculous. Every single time there's one of these events, there's no CCTV footage at all. What's going on? Why is there never any footage at these events? And why are they putting this in our face right when this event, this Barcelona thing's happened and we've been told that there was no footage? Bit weird. So the EU and Merkel say that they should do more to help North Korea. Okay. All this thing about North Korea, I think, is bullshit. This guy couldn't hit anyone really of interest, I don't think. America have done this before. Previously, they said that Iran could have hit one of the east coast of America or something like that. When really what it was, if they would have sailed a boat 50 miles off the shore of America, then yes, they would be able to hit it with the capabilities they had. But from where they were, they can't get shit. And it's the same with this dude. They can't do nothing. It's all fucking fear porn, shit your pants. We're going to be blown up tomorrow. Blah, blah, fucking blah. That's just my opinion, by the way. Oh, and here we go. The Sun. Bit of real news. Go. Get a discount on a burger if you want. Great. Some football. Tottenham announced Sanchez will join for 40 million. We'll see. Why narcissistic bosses are often bad news for their firms. Who's putting that out? The Daily Mail. Researchers at Stanford University made the discovery after carrying out a survey of 32 high-technology firms, 97% of which were on the... Let's have a look. They're probably on the scale of psychopath. Okay. Managers with big egos often leads to legal trouble for businesses. I mean, we've all known in work the occasional boss that is a proper wanker. No one likes them. Can tell they're power hungry. Shit like that. We've all seen these things. But I think when we talk about psychopaths in business and psychopaths right at the top, we're talking about these companies, these CEOs of these huge corporations, really, and they're the ones that are running the world. These are the psychopaths that really actually can fuck people's lives up by just the decisions they make every single day. I mean, these kind of psychos that will be the leaders of the boss at fucking, I don't know, wherever you work or wherever I work, or, you know, these normal kind of jobs. Then yeah, they're fucking dickheads, and yeah, they're power hungry, and yeah, they like, if people ask for holiday and they say no and shit like that just to be a dick. Then, you know, yes, we get that, but they don't really have that much sway. But what we're talking about is these narcissistic CEOs of these huge corporations that can just fuck everybody up. Little read through this and see what's going on. Okay. Robert Maxwell. Ha. Well, there you go. Why would they? This is really weird as well. So they've got a thing about narcissistic bosses, and then they just put Robert Maxwell. This fucking shit here. Then they put Robert Maxwell picture down there. An example of a boss keen to engage in legal action was the late Robert Maxwell, who used the threat of lawsuits to stifle journalists reporting on his crooked business dealings. And you know the funny fucking thing? They're saying that like it's a new thing. Like, people with money and power can take anyone to court for saying anything. And in the UK especially, the libel laws are really fucking tight. You can't say anything about anyone. If you got money, people will sue you. But you'll sue people, sorry. I can't. If someone says something against me, I'll just have to fucking grin and bear it. Not if you've got money. Okay, enough of that. Narcissistic bosses, right? Family man reunited with lost brother. Wall Street Journal. Oh, days on your vacation. Be nice to have holiday. Everyone's fucking poor. Israel. They're counting on Boeing. So all you know, all the stories to do with Israel as well. They're just interesting to me because, you know, if you had any other kind of nation in the world that was the way it is with its like internal policies and the kind of genocide that's going on there at the moment, you know, the international community would usually look down upon them places. There are those other places in the world where it's going on. You know, and it just seems to me that just Israel always just, you know, can talk about this all day, about the Israel-Middle East issue. You know? Oh, look, there we go. A nice little story. Some little kid fucking turns up on the news. Where the fuck she turned up from, oh, you never know. Passenger tried to take a pipe bomb onto a Ryanair flight. I mean, let's have a look at this story then. What? So they, hold on. This says here the airport security was criticised for erroneously thinking pipe bomb was not viable and they released him. So they found something on him and then they let him go. Oh, fucking hell, you know, it's just these nutters, this lone nutter that he's making, you know, using masking tape, batteries, tube of a market, you know, like he's fucking MacGyver or something. What the fuck is this shit? You know, it's all fear porn, mate. It's all fear porn. All this stuff that's going on is all fear porn to make people shit themselves. What's going on here? Oh, this is another one I've seen. Inquest opens into the death of 4 Grenfell Tower victims. Why only 4? I don't understand this. The coroner's only opened and adjourned the okay, so only of these 4 ladies. So why? Why? I mean, Grenfell's another thing that could have a whole nother video because, and it will have another video because we're still God knows how long into it and we've got no further into what's going on. No inquiry has made any kind of, whose fault was it? That's what we want to know. Whose fault was it, and why did it happen? And let's hope it's not going to happen again. Let's put things into place to make sure it doesn't happen. Let's look at this. Okay, so they've opened the inquest into 4 deaths. Okay, so these are ones that have apparently been identified. But where the fuck are the other bodies? Where are the other deaths? There's still questions about how many people were in there and how many people have actually died and where the rest of the people collected. There was a lot of people that went there and collected up lots of food, lots of clothes, lots of stuff to give to the survivors. And there was no one coming and picking it up. There was no one picking it up. It was just all sitting there. You know, and there was even talk of certain charities coming down there and grabbing it and then selling it on. It's the fucked up shit that goes on in this world. And this is the thing. When was Grenfell? It was a little while ago. You know? Only 30% of Grenfell Tower fire funds have reached the victims. You know? Some Grenfell Tower victims may never be identified. Now, what the fuck is going on here? Why are they not going to be identified? Surely the council has a list of everyone that's living in that building. And if you do a register. And if they don't turn up, then they're fucking brown bread. It's simple as that. It don't take a genius to work out that's all you got to do. So they can surely find out how many people have died. And this is the ongoing issue and question. How many people actually died? Certain conspiracy theorists say that there wasn't actually anyone in the building. That's why no one's died. There are certain people that are saying that. They're saying, look, it was just a thing. It was just a hoax. They burned the building down. They didn't kill too many people. They got loads of people out before or whatever. I don't know how they did it, but there weren't a lot of people killed. They did it on purpose because then they wanted to be able to evacuate and get all the poor people out of all the other tower blocks in London. So they say, obviously, if they highlight Grenfell as being like a fire risk and they have this whole thing that goes on, then they can turn around and say, well, these buildings are exactly the same and the same thing could happen. We need to fucking knock them down and build new ones. And that's the way, you know, gentrifying the whole of London in one big swoop and around the country as well. So we're still no further to knowing what the fuck actually went on in Grenfell. Saying, you know, the police are considering manslaughter charges. Against who? You know what I mean? Oh, here we go. Inquests into 10 more victims are opened. So this is from July. And this is from today. So I don't know how many are open, and I don't know what the official death toll is. It was about 150 or something they were saying recently. There was a hell of a lot more people lived in there. So we've still got Grenfell going on. Still no closer to any kind of truth. Game of fucking Thrones. Fuck right off. Trump to call for unity at Veterans Convention hours after raucous Arizona rally. So something's happened in Arizona where it got a little bit heated, probably. I mean, what can we say about this, really? You know, what can we really say? We've got groups of white supremacists getting together with torches, symbolic, and, you know, inciting hatred. And then you've got some people trying to tar the counter protesters the same as these fucking Nazis and say there was violence on both sides and what. So let me give you a fucking example, alright? If you've got a group of a gang that you know goes around beating people up and hates a certain, say you are Spanish and there's this certain gang around town that hates Spanish people, and every time Spanish people are around they beat the crap out of them. What would you do if you had a group of your mates who are all Spanish and then you see these guys on the corner of your street? Would you just go back in and just go, hopefully they'll just go away? Or would you run up to them and tell them to get the fuck out of here, give them a few fucking digs, and hopefully make them scarper. You know, this is a thing. You cannot then say the Spanish people that attack these racist people are as bad as the racists in the first place. No. But this is what people are trying to say. Even people in the UK, a lot of people in the UK, and I'm getting a little bit fed up with hearing stuff over here, racist things, people saying I'm not racist when they clearly are. Just a lot of shit going on, man, between people. A hell of a lot of shit. Depressing, man. Depressing. We're taking back control, Tory MP blasts BBC host raging that the ECJ will rule. They were talking about the European Court of Justice. And there's a lot of stuff going on with Brexit and that. And they're saying, you know, are we going to pay attention to anything? You know, fucking unbelievable. Let's have a look at this other Brexit thing that I found earlier. Here we go. A new government paper does not rule out a post-Brexit role for the court in settling disputes. All right. The whole Brexit thing is just got completely out of hand. It was only used really initially, I think, to get support for David Cameron. It backfired, and now the election Theresa May used to big herself up a little bit more, that backfired. We are in a complete fucking mess because of these egotistical career politicians that don't give a shit about anyone. All they do is make their money, make their friends loads of money, and then retire and fuck off. So this is what we're dealing with. People that don't give a shit and just looking out for their own image. This fucking mug here. Brexit. So the European Court of Justice, the Court of Human Rights and things, people go to that when they don't get rulings in their own country, when they feel that they are their rights are being ignored or whatever. They go to the European Court. So they're talking about the jurisdiction and things like that. I mean, really, it only really has jurisdiction if the people say it has jurisdiction. If people want to go to the European Court, it doesn't really, you know, the government, even now, when we were in the the European Union didn't really have to pay attention to the European Court, really. We did have the right of veto and to make our own decisions. They're talking about taking back power. We need to make our own laws. We've been able to do that, but we just haven't done it, and they've made it seem like we haven't been able to because of the EU. A lot of lies gone around about Brexit and all that stuff. So, European Court of Justice, how much influence would it retain under a bilateral agreement with the UK after Brexit? Well, you know, who fucking knows, man? It's all speculation. We ain't even started real negotiations yet. It's all a mess. It's all hearsay in the fucking newspapers. There's nothing really on paper, no agreements, no nothing set already. Alright? Oh shit going on. Here we go. Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor. The orgy of excess could further sully boxing. Well, I mean, I want to watch the fight because I'm a bloke, and I think most blokes want to watch it because they're interested to see if a mixed martial artist can fight a boxer. You know, it's just one of them questions. It is a big thing. It's not as huge as they've made it. They have sensationalised it quite a bit. There's a lot of money going in on it. You know, people talking about Manchester City spending money on, they're spending 100 million on 2 defenders, and then you've got people talking about the 198 million transfer or whatever, you know, and it's like, that is a lot of money, yeah, but look at the money that these fuckers are getting, like 150 million each or something. It's 300 million plus the money that's going to be made on top of that. You're talking, you know, £500 million or whatever. It's a fucking lot of money that's getting chucked about on these events, man. We still got people sleeping in the fucking streets. Like, ask yourself that question. What is going on? Why is this more important? Why is this more important? Why? You know, and they're talking about how it makes me fucking laugh how we've got the boxing industry and the MMA industry, and then when people get in interviews and they get heated and people start arguing, they have a little scrap on the thing, people are like, oh, this behaviour, it's unbelievable. It's like, what the fuck do you expect? These people are fighters. You're putting them in the ring to fight each other. You know, you're putting boxers in the ring to fight each other. What? And you lot are getting pissed off that when they have an interview, they can't talk civilly to each other. Well, then the next day they're going to stand in front of each other and punch each other's heads in. Like, are you lot fucking dizzy, mate? Like, it's like soldiers in the army. You know, these people are trained to kill, to have no compassion, really, to be able to switch it off. And they're trained to do that. And then when soldiers come back and try and fit into society, they can't, and they have all these problems and that. People are like, you know, what the fuck's going on? What do you mean, what the fuck's going on? These people are trained to be killers. And then you expect them to fit into, like, normal life and that. Picking the kids up and whatnot. When they've been used to fucking shooting people and seeing God knows what. And this is the same thing with this. These people are fighters. You're paying them to fight. And people are going to watch them have a fucking scrap. So when they get together, they're going to be cussing each other. They're going to be calling each other wankers. They're going to be, you know, talking about racial slurs and all this kind of stuff here. Down here, you know, the language they've used to boost their mega pay deal has been disgraceful. What do you expect, man? Talk about the language they're using. They're going to go and punch each other's heads in on Saturday. And you lot are bothered about how they're talking to each other. Have a word with yourselves. What's more important, if they call each other cunts or if they're punching each other in the head? Think about it, yeah? And this is what Dana White said as well, which I agree with. This is a fight, not a croquet game. This is part of the deal. The reality is what going on here is as much as part of the fight as the fight itself. The mental warfare game. And that's the thing. They're going to be punching each other in the head on Saturday. So obviously they've got to get hyped up. Human beings ain't really supposed to go around punching each other in the face. So you've got to hate the other person or think that they've wronged you in some way in order for you to go up to them and really get that kind of attitude where you want to punch someone. And this is what they're doing. They're hyping each other up. They probably do secretly like each other. They're probably buddies, man. Both multi-millionaire in the fight game, respectively. Like, they probably respect each other and that, but they've got to do this in order to be able to stand in front of each other and punch each other's heads in. So stop standing on the fucking moral high ground. Oh, how can they look at this behaviour when you'll happily watch the fight? Alright, fuck off. Okay? Here we go as well. Just very quickly, before the end, I'm going to talk about Yemen and what's going on in Yemen. This is BBC. Alright, and we had this, we had Theresa May selling weapons to the Saudis, and the Saudis are the ones that are bombing the fuck out of Yemen, basically, long and short of it. And we've got this on BBC saying, oh, you know, severe food shortages, medical shortages, there's been a devastating war for at least a couple of years. Going into this, how many people have got cholera? These shocking figures, they're telling you all this shit. Alright, telling you all this stuff, what's going on. Okay, who controls Yemen? Alright, we've got Saudi Arabia. These fuckers are the ones we're selling the weapons to. They're the ones that are orchestrating the fucking carpet bombing and the mashing up of Yemen. Okay. At the top here it says the Saudi-led multinational coalition intervened in the conflict in Yemen in 2015, and that is supporting the president. Okay, so they're going to be bombing. They're bombing the fuck out of this part here. In this Gulf of Aden, this is where you had the Somali pirates. Very interesting part of the world. Probably where everything started for us as human beings, around this area here. Alright. So yeah, again, getting sick of seeing this on TV, seeing this on everywhere talking about Yemen, but they're not really just saying, look, we sold all the weapons that are now being used to kill these poor fuckers. No one's standing up saying it. Turn a fucking blind eye. Also, I hope you guys liked my video on Dick Gregory. The channel Real Black has got another real good video out. Just a little short one, 5 minutes, from Lunel. If you don't know who Lunel is, have a look at her stand up. Very funny woman. Funny in the Cat Williams American Hustle. Oh, excuse me. She's talking about Dick Gregory. She's talking about Trump. She's talking about a lot of stuff. So I'm not going to play any of this video. Go to Real Black channel and go and watch that. Not a lot really going on YouTube today. I can't really be bothered. It's a bit late. But I just wanted to go through the news, go through Twitter, have a little look on what's going on. Just kind of have a little chat about it. So thank you. It is, again, Wednesday the 23rd of August 2017. I am the Diligent Rascal. Check me out on Twitter, at a Diligent Rascal. And get on the Twitter, start following me. I have got a few followers that have seen my videos. But I would like a few more, so at a Diligent Rascal, come and follow me. And hopefully see you soon on the next video. Thanks for joining me. Cheers.